Hey guys, it's me Levon, Loader Operator 7, and today I'm giving you a quick update on the tractor. So I had the tank, I was gonna have it powder coated and whatnot, but I passed on it for right now. I primered the tank just to keep it from rusting any further. The guy said I had it welded because this it's a bad design. Let me see if I can see right there. The tank touches the now it will touch normally, but I think what happened was over time somebody hadn't fastened this tank down and it was banging into the engine. But now that it's been welded, I got quite a fat bead over there, and then I also added some stuff to it. So that brown stuff it's like cushioning. It's earthquake putty. But on top of that, after he welded it, I still did the epoxy tank repair seal on top of the weld that he did. The weld, he said, held great, and it obviously is holding. But I said, you know what, just to be safe, it was an ugly weld. He didn't want me to grind it down, which makes sense because if it's holding, don't mess with it. Again, the guy said this was one of the nicer tanks he's seen when it comes to having rust and all that. So it's like 85% all there. So the front right here had a little gash in it, and previous people had repaired it, and it started leaking again. They repaired it with the some type of epoxy with no mesh or anything, you know, none of the added things involved. It just looked like they just put some type of epoxy seal on it, and that seal deteriorated over time and it was leaking. So I asked my neighbor if he could weld it. It was just like little, it almost looked like it was stabbed slightly. So like less than a quarter of an inch little gash. It looked like just like somebody had just shoved the tip of a knife into it. And that's basically that lip right there. That's just been banging into the engine. So now I got a very thick weld. Plus I added that sealer on top of it, which is kind of gummy. It's gushy. It's like it's got a texture to it, and it's also it's got like a thick rubbery texture to it. And then I also added that brown stuff, which is like the earthquake putty, because it's stuck to the tank, and it was just something extra I could shove in between the engine and the tank. But it's looking good, and I think everything is working great now. I got all the spark plugs. Everything's firing great. The thing runs beautifully. Next, I'm going to do the starter. I think my spring, I think they call it a Bendix or Bendix. It's basically the throw out nut that catches the flywheel, and it's hooked up to a spring. And when you hit the power button, which in this case it's this rod that leads to this, what happens is it hits that power. Just pushes that button in and it starts. Sometimes mine grinds, and that's why I just think I'm just going to replace the Bendix. That's what I'm going to do next. And I could rebuild the starter for a couple $100. The Bendix is $38, I think, on eBay. So let's listen to it start. Hopefully it don't grind. Yep. Yep. She's a great machine. For being so old, she's such a good machine. God, man, 1946, 1947. So, I added my glory to it. The weather's nice, so I bring it out now. I don't like it getting rained on and all that, so hooked it up for right now. But yeah, she's holding great. I filled her up to here, so she's got a full tank, and she's definitely ready for work. I have a maple tree that's down in the bottom acres right here. Got a huge maple tree that's down, and I'm going to be chopping that thing up, and I'll give you guys video on that. I'm going to hook it up to the winch. Some of the stuff that I think, I mean, this thing is a death trap. It's all leaned over and it's like a bunch of them, so I gotta work inside the tree. What I'm gonna do is just cut the outside stuff slightly, hook it up to the winch, and just snap the branches off, because my life is a lot more important than a stupid maple tree. But it's running beautifully, guys, and I'm just glad it's not the Magneto, because I just didn't want to have to deal with rebuilding it. It's not that complicated. It's just one more thing that I had to get to. And I mean, I'm just happy I got all this bundled up right away. It wasn't quite easy, so I had to prime it, obviously. Then I had to screw the filter in. That bowl catches any sediment, of course. People that know that own tractors, or old tractors at least. So I mean, she's doing great. I couldn't be happier. Batteries for my winch. She's actually runs on 6 volts, so that starter, that's for my winch. But yeah, I mean, it's ready for work, and I'm ready to put her to work. So I got that, and I got that huge tarp right there. That's about 16 tons of firewood too. My buddy from the Axemen show brought it and dropped it off. So thank you, Mike Beal. I'm gonna start cutting that up, fill up the woodshed for winter, because that stuff's all season. And then maple tree down in the bottom acreage, I'm gonna slice that guy up and stack it for drying. Now that tree's been down for a little bit, so most of it might be dried up. I hope it is. If not, obviously once you cut it off, it dries a lot quicker when they're in sections versus being on a full branch. But yeah, I mean, she's doing great, man. I'm just happy. I'm happier than something stupid. Clam at a clam bake. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't sleep. It was just on my mind the whole time. I just wanted to get this assembly put in. So once my kids went to bed, I got a little bit of rest. But I mean, it was like 5:30 or 6 in the morning. The minute the sun pops out, I came out here and I primed it, and I got it all hooked up and ready to go. But I am happy. Woo! All right. Any questions or comments, guys? Oh, I gotta make a seat for this. I got all the paddings and stuff. Just gonna cut out a board, and I'm actually going to put a backrest on it. And I have a couple of padded pieces that'll make like nice armrests. So I might not even do the armrests, so I can jump off the sides if I need to. But she's running like a top, and I'm a happy guy. Hey guys, any questions or comments, leave them below. Yeah, I'm stoked. Loving it. Questions or comments, leave them below, guys. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe and share this video if you find it interesting, and share it with people with like-mindedness, of course, people that like this kind of stuff. This is my little piggy. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.